History is so boring.
Oh, come on. It's not that boring. You're just lazy.
No, I'm not. It's just too hard.
Okay. What do you need help with?
Well, I have to do this homework on the French Revolution and Louis XVI.
Oh, that's easy.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, how about I explain to you in a way that you'll understand so you get your homework done?
It's fine. I was gonna go watch TV anyways.
No, let me explain it to you. History is actually kind of cool when you understand it.
Are you on crack?
And it's really not that hard either. Okay, so you need to learn about the French Revolution, right?
Yeah, it's cool, but I'll just copy off someone in class.
Okay, so it all started during the old regime in France when King Louis XIV, also known as the Sun King, spent tons of money building many monuments, like the Palace of Versailles. He also created a tax system that only benefited those who were wealthy.
That's all fine and dandy, but seriously, you don't have to explain this to me.
During this time, society was broken up into three classes: the first, second, and third estate. The first estate consisted of the clergy and was made up of parish priests and people that lived in luxury and owned nearly 10% of all the land in France. This estate paid no taxes, but to support church activities such as running schools and caring for the poor, it collected a tithe, or a tax on income. Like the first estate, the second estate was made up of nobility and didn't really pay any taxes. The third estate was made up of commoners such as city workers, bourgeoisie, and peasants, and they weren't really classified as clergy or nobility. The first two estates were the richest, and the third was the poorest because it had to provide almost all of the country's income.
Okay, you can shut up now.
The economy was doing okay during the early 1700s, but in 1770, the economy went downhill. There were poor harvests and food shortages, which meant the food was really expensive. Then there were also war debts that the government had to pay for by borrowing money from the banks, so they could pay for the French-Indian War and the American Revolution. Life was especially hard for the third estate because most of them were poor enough as it was, because they had to pay for taxes on their income, land, property, crops, salt, tobacco, wine, cider, and even their lives. But now that food is more expensive, the overall result was widespread starvation, and in many provinces, the death rate rose to several times the normal.
That doesn't seem fair.
No, it wasn't fair at all. So Louis XIV's great-great-grandson, Louis XVI, took over the throne in 1774 when he was only 20 years old. Then, Jacques Necker, fiancé minister, proposed they should tax the nobles.
Well, he should.
Exactly. But Necker went under attack from the nobles and got fired because, of course, the nobles aren't going to want to pay taxes.
Those greedy little bits.
Anyways, then Louis XVI calls a state general meeting of all three estates, hoping to raise taxes for the nobility. Then, the Estate General becomes a National Assembly, and the three estates meet separately to decide as a group on their vote.
Wait, but if each group only gets one vote, and there's really only one estate that wants to raise taxes for the nobility, doesn't that mean the third estate's going to get outvoted?
Yes, that's exactly what happened. Since the first estate doesn't really care, but some of them are nobles, they voted no. And since the second estate was primarily nobles, of course they said no. Then obviously the third estate voted yes, but it didn't matter because it was 2 against 1.
Wait, so even though the third estate didn't have any food to feed their children, and they had to pay taxes and the nobles were rich, they still wouldn't raise taxes for the nobles?
Nope. So the third estate asked Louis if he could have all three estates meet as one group so they could vote by population, hoping to sway sympathy from some of the other estates. But Louis refused, and the third estate declared themselves a National Assembly, and they decided they were going to write a constitution. And after Louis dismissed them, the third estate and the sympathizers from the other estates marched onto Louis's tennis courts and swore to stay there until they promised to write a constitution. So eventually, the king ordered for the first two estates to join them, recognizing the National Assembly.
Okay, so then the third estate was fine then, right?
Nope. Even though people expected immediate relief from the strife, it didn't happen. And in 1789, the National Assembly commoners attacked the Bastille, the prison, because they were afraid that Louis was going to dissolve the National Assembly.
Wow, I didn't know history was so interesting.
Well, maybe if you did your homework and actually pay attention in class, you would understand history and appreciate it more.
Whoa, okay, I said it was interesting, but I didn't say I was going to become a total history nerd and start paying attention in class. I mean, history is cool and all, but I'd just rather copy off of somebody else.
Whatever.
But thanks anyway, at least I kind of get it better.
Really?
Yeah, sure. Okay, you're going really fast. You're telling me to go slow? You're going too fast. Because you started going really fast in the beginning. And I was like, I'm just going to slow down. Go back and I want you to see how fast you're reading.
No.
You're going so fast. No.
And then
Oh, that's a sign to slow down. You read so fast.
I wasn't reading fast.